a hub to develop and expand the creativity of persons living with cerebral palsy and Down syndrome will improve their capacity to grow and give them a right of place in the society. The Lagos State Governor initiated the development process by providing financial assistance to their families while committing to establishing more special centers to cater for their needs. Welcome to the Governor This Week. I am Lekan Onabanjo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has extended financial support to families of persons living with cerebral palsy and Down syndrome in the state. The financial assistance of between 1 and 2.5 million naira was given to 15 families. Speaking during the Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month and Down Syndrome Day celebration in Lagos, Governor Sanwo-Olu said he is committed to seeing that at least 2 more special centers that would care for persons living with these conditions are established in the state. Among the beneficiaries of Governor Sanwo-Olu's gesture is the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, housing for abandoned children living with cerebral palsy. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said the present crop of politicians and public office holders have a lot of leadership values and wisdom to draw from the wealth of experience of the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Speaking during the 12th Bola Ahmed Tinubu colloquium held in Kano State to mark the 69th birthday of the ex-governor of Lagos, Sanwo-Olu, who joined the event virtually from Abuja, applauded Tinubu's stance on true federalism, noting that the APC national leader had remained unshaken in his commitment to peaceful coexistence among ethnic nationalities making up the country.
I want to say how truly delighted I'm here this afternoon with my brother governors. We would have all wished that we're in Kano with you. But like you said during your speech, this is the reality of our time. This is what climate change is teaching and has taught each and every one of us. But indeed, we can still celebrate you. And we all can still come together, even in this large number. We've listened to all the great speakers today, but your comments still resonate, and I'm sure it will resonate with all of us for a very long time. Very classic Asiwaju, and you have explained to us in 3-5 minutes what true federalism is. You've reiterated to us what it means with peaceful coexistence amongst ourselves. You've explained and you've shown us the importance of job creation for the youth and ability for us to care for our aged. These are what you stand for. This is classic Asiwaju in 3-5 minutes. We can't but continue to thank God for your life. We can't but continue to thank God for giving you to us at this point in time. My prayer and our prayer in Lagos is that God will continue to be with you, to give you good health, a sound mind, and continue to lead from the front.
A visitation panel to the Lagos State University has been inaugurated by the Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, having Professor Bamtale Omole as the chairman of the panel. The governor said the major responsibility of the panel is to ensure a flawless process of appointing a new vice-chancellor for the institution.
Let me first express my deep appreciation for and on behalf of the government and people of Lagos State for the very simple but important activity that we just conducted this morning. My expression of appreciation and gratitude is to the chairman and members of this committee for having graciously accepted to do this very, very important assignment for us. They were contacted within a very short time frame, and they all agreed, looking at the importance and the relevance of of the assignments that we're passing on to them. And gentlemen of the press, you can see that we've deliberately searched our tents very far, all looking around the entire Southwest and even up onto the South-South to get men of impeccable character, of records that have distinguished themselves in their own chosen profession. Of course, you've read the citation. There are 2 former vice chancellors in the committee. There's a retired or a former registrar. There's a distinguished professor. And there's a former Solicitor General, Permanent Secretary of also this great government of Lagos State. So we cannot get it any better. And so I want to thank you again, because you know that you are donating your time, your intellect for the state government to be able to put a lasting solution to the current situation that we find ourselves in, the appointment of a new Vice Chancellor for University of Lagos, for University of Lagos State University, lastly. As enshrined in the laws setting up LASU, the procedure of appointment of a Vice Chancellor are clearly stated there. And as a visitor, my responsibility is to continue to ensure that fairness, firmness, and forthrightness, like the Vice Chancellor, like the chairman of the panel has said, is embodied in that process, and it becomes a process that is flawless. We have been hit with a barrage of complaints and all sorts of, unimaginable issues coming out from it. And we think, by the powers that have been reposed in me as a visitor, to step in and to be able to ensure that we put LASU on a proper footing again, and ensure that it takes its rightful place in the Committee of Universities. And so this assignment will be very time-driven. There's an advert that has gone out and which the general public are meant to respond to, and the timeline that has been stipulated, and for the panel to thereafter review whatever has been brought forward to them and be able to make decisions and recommendations to me, so that we can resolve the current impasse that we have, and we can appoint a substantive Vice Chancellor into our university.
Shortly after, the governor visited the banquet hall of the State House, Ikeja, to inaugurate the Lagos State Market Advisory Board, chaired by Folashade Tinubojo, and the Board of Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, chaired by Funlola Falano. The governor said the 2 bodies have interrelated roles to play in growing the economy of the state and wants the stakeholders to give their maximum support to achieve the set objectives.
I want to stand here to congratulate our newly appointed members of both the Lagos State Market Advisory Council and the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency Board. With Lagos State fast becoming the business hub of Africa, your inauguration comes at no other auspicious time when all hands must be on deck to maximize the gains of a rapidly growing economy like ours. As a progressive government that is conscious of its huge responsibility that comes with building a mega city that we all talk about, have all been carefully appointed because you have the wherewithal to protect the rights of our consumers and manage our flourishing markets across the state. Our markets remain a key driver of economic growth in Lagos State, and it is our duty to ensure that we institute a template that is flexible and is profitable and assures economic growth that Lagos will witness in the years to come. As I inaugurate the Lagos State Market Advisory Council today, I urge you to do all that is required within your ambit of the law to effectively manage and control our markets in line with international best practices, In carrying out your duties, you must consult widely in order to harmonize the interests of all stakeholders. In accordance with making Lagos a 21st century economy, which is one of the pillars of our team's agenda, I implore you to use your office to seamlessly engage traders, artisans, our market men and women, and all relevant stakeholders in order to acquaint them with the policies of this administration. To the members of the newly constituted Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency Board, it is your duty to protect the rights of citizens against unfair, deceptive, and fraudulent business practices, which may result in exploitation, may result in injury, and even loss of lives. You must therefore perform your duties with a great sense of responsibility. Like they say, to whom much is given, much is expected. Our consumers are counting on you to protect their rights and their interests. Today, majority of our citizens are not aware of their rights as consumers and do not even know where or how to seek redress whenever their rights are violated. For instance, what should Lagosians do when they buy adulterated products or substandard products? One of your major responsibilities is to urgently educate Lagosians on their rights as consumers, what constitutes a violation of those rights, and the steps they need to take to be able to reach the board and be able to seek redress on their behalf. The effective discharge of your lawful responsibility will ensure that our people receive fair value for their hand-earned money. It's a very unique activity that we've done here today because our market men and women, who are also the custodian in our various markets, also needs to be put in an advisory committee in a body in which they also can be very effective and efficient. And you've seen the Consumer Protection Agency too is a replica of what they're also doing, because it's also what they're doing that we are also superintending on. And so I want to wish the two bodies all the very best as they ensure that the citizens who are the beneficiaries of what we're doing here do not suffer. Thank you very much and have a good afternoon.
12 teachers received brand new cars from the Lagos State government for their outstanding performance in the year 2020. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, while handing over the keys to the teachers at the year 2020 Lagos State Teachers Merit Award, affirmed that his government will continue to reward excellence among teachers while also doing more to upscale investment in infrastructure and quality service in the sector.
Teaching is not a thankless job in Lagos State. And I repeat, teaching is not a thankless job in Lagos State. The annual Teachers Merit Award is a proof that Lagos State will always reward excellence, committed, and diligent teachers. Our administration is cognizant of the essential role that teachers play in building a formidable society, which is why we are committed to rewarding exceptional teachers on a regular basis. This is one of the key strategies for the actualization of our education and technology pillar under the team's agenda. We cannot thank our teachers enough for all they do, for the passion they bring to the job, for inculcating in our children the values that require us to succeed, for going through the extra mile to teach, to train, and to equip each of the students. And each and every one of us is the product of a good teacher. That's why we're all here sitting, and I think they deserve a round of applause. The Teachers Merit Award is not only an avenue to reward our teachers, it is also a genuine way of promoting merit and encouraging the spirit of healthy competition amongst our teachers in Lagos State. We will continue to appreciate our teachers because the teaching profession is unique. It is a noble profession that involves building and impacting knowledge. None of us will be here today, like I said, without a good teacher having passed through our lives. I'm extremely proud of the contribution of our hardworking and diligent teachers to the development of the education sector in our state. Our teachers keep placing Lagos on a national pedestal through their excellent performance. Yes, I think they deserve another round of applause. As proof of our willingness to always reward excellence, this administration rewarded this worthy ambassador with a gift of a 3-bedroom apartment and a 2-bedroom apartment, respectively, at the newly commissioned Prince Segun Igboho Housing Estate. I'm hopeful that this merit award will remind us all that hard work, commitment, continuous learning, and personal development are essential qualities needed to make lasting impacts in today's generation and, of course, generation unborn. As we celebrate the grand finale of this year's Teachers Merit Award, I encourage you all to reminisce on the objective of this award. It is an opportunity to inspire our teachers to continue to put in their best, knowing that their exceptional performance will not go unrewarded. It is our way of reminding our teachers that we'll appreciate their dedication to this noble teaching profession, and we will continue to do all we can to make the job stress-free. I'm sure you know that there are loads and loads of infrastructure that we're also putting across in all of our schools, both secondary and primary schools, from benches to improvement of facilities, to building of new classrooms, to building of fence, to improving the learning environment, to installing computers and ensuring that libraries are proper libraries and not just fit. Our dear teachers, I want to urge you to continue to uphold the ethics and the standards of the teaching profession. Do not relent in demonstrating excellence and uncommon sense of responsibility in performing your duties. On our part, we will not waver in achieving the key goals of education and technology pillar in our team's agenda by providing an holistic education that will enable our children to excel amongst their peers. Our commitment to capacity building in the education sector is reflected in the periodic recruitment and training of highly qualified teachers, while our strategic investment in technology with the provisions of devices to support learning in schools, which has begun to yield the desired goal of quality education in our secondary and primary schools.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched the state's learning management system, an e-learning platform for upscaling capacity building among public servants across the state. The system comes with unlimited access to a variety of courses for learners, and this is described as an opportunity for the state workforce to learn, unlearn, and relearn.
We are setting the pace of public service professionalism. The launch of the learning management system today is a crystallization of the reform process, which is our administration's initiative to improve public service delivery in public administration and governance. You heard that a lot of people got pregnant, the ideas were muted, but indeed we've seen safe delivery in all of its ramifications today. It is not by chance that the Lagos State Public Service is globally acclaimed as a pacesetter among other public administration and governance in Nigeria and indeed in the entire sub-Saharan Africa. Our administration places a premium on the competencies of the public service to deliver government policies, to have powerful strategies and programs that will benefit our entire citizens. It is therefore necessary that we equip our public service personnel with requisite skills and learning tools needed to be alive and to thrive in the 21st century economy, and that is acknowledged as a knowledge-based environment. I want to appreciate the Lagos State Public Service for embracing the learning management system while it is being test run. The incorporation of the learning management system into our human capital development model in Lagos State will further serve to enhance the capacity of our public servants to deliver quality and timely service to members of the public. It is encouraging to note that over 42,000 public servants from various ministries, departments, and agencies have been onboarded onto this platform already. And we also have a variety of learning content, over 4,000 free self-enrollment courses and 8,000 courses from the Lekan Learning Library. And also to mention that we'll be given 1 gig. 1 gig is a lot of data per month to all of our public servants going forward. We're not only doing that, we're also finalizing what we call our campus infrastructure. Our campus infrastructure has been an initiative from EXCO, where we want to ensure that we greet, the whole of Alausa with viable, working internet connectivity. It's still work in progress, but we're assured that all the T's will be crossed and all the I's will be dotted. Sitting on that campus infrastructure will be the metropolitan fiber optics, which we're doing not only for ourselves, but for the entire citizens of Lagos State. It's not out of place that we're deploying 3,000 kilometers of duct fiber connectivity in the entire city of Lagos State. That's just phase 1 of it. When I asked for what the status of that project is, we've duct over 1,800 kilometers already, as we speak, right? And we're believing that the first 3,000 will be completed by the end of this year or by first quarter next year. What that will do for us is not only for us in Alausa, but it will create a platform where all of our citizens will have a last mile opportunity, and fiber and internet connectivity will be sent to homes, will be sent to all of our schools, will be sent to all of our hospitals, will be sent to all of our public spaces all around the state. And so we will have a robust platform where LMS will work, but more importantly, all of our negotiations and all of our activity in the public service and in Lagos Metropolitan, will continue to work and work very, very well. And so it's not just by chance that all of these things are putting and are working together. Is because it's been carefully thought and is a process that we believe that we truly, really need at this time. I want to encourage all of us, therefore, to take advantage of this opportunity and to emulate our other colleagues and other public servants that have registered for others to go on board and to commence a learning activity on the Learning Management System portal. It is as important for us to take the full benefit of a global standard training that will offer each and every one of you and will help you become a lot more professionally developed.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu inaugurated body-worn cameras for law enforcement agents in the state as part of measures to ensure transparency and accountability. The governor said it is also part of efforts to equip the security operatives with the needed tools while leveraging on technology.
The whole idea about body camera is to enshrine transparency and accountability of our law enforcement officers. What it means is that both the enforcer and the enforcee have a right, and they will have a means to be seen and to be adjudged who was right and who was not right. You've seen from the demonstration that even in the event that it is taken away or stolen, there's a backup in the control room that has recorded everything, and it was recording it live, and direct. And so it's not something that anybody is going to be disputing or arguing about. But more importantly, is for us to ensure that we can ensure that our law enforcement officers have all the necessary tools for them to keep our people and our state safe. The security challenges in different parts of the country are quite worrisome, and everybody talk about it. But for us in Lagos, we have to be proactive, and not just to talk it, but to take proactive action and steps where we can use technology, modern technological tools, to blend are well-trained and motivated intelligent officers. And so it's a combination of technology, training, and intelligent officers that we believe will successfully be able to combat the challenges we'll see today and the ones that might raise its head in days ahead. I'm extremely delighted that Lagos State has strategically set the pace again in the country and possibly in sub-Saharan Africa to be the first law enforcement officers that will be wearing body cameras. The initiative will place us in a better position to handle our security challenges in our states. With the body-worn cameras, our law enforcement officers are better equipped now to protect life, properties, and protect themselves, thereby protecting all of our citizens. As we implement our vision for a greater Lagos, as enshrined under our team's agenda, you know that the sixth pillar is on security and good governance. And so for us, is still preaching and doing what we talked about, that we will ensure that each of those pillars are attended to, and each and every one of them, forms and formulates into all of the deliverables that we have as a government.
The Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration has promised to always support and reward excellence, while also doing more to upskill investment in infrastructure, quality service and security. With the e-learning platform, brand new cars and technological teaching aids given to teachers, including security body cameras provided for law enforcement agents, Lagosians can now enjoy the delivery of qualitative and excellent service delivery in Lagos State. And that's it on the governor this week. But then you can't continue with conversations of the governor's activities on all the social media platforms showing on your screen. Until next week, I am Lekan Onabanjo.